Hi, friends. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have a fun little event. Honestly, these calls are probably my favorite calls that we do. So you're going to hear from a few of us a little bit about our business stories, just kind of our whole story. Q&A at the end if you would like to ask any questions. You can also at any point in time just pop them in the chat. For now, if you can just stay muted so we don't have background noise, that kind of stuff. Utilize the chat all you want. But at the end, we can answer questions and get going. And I'm going to turn over to Elise to get started. So you're going to hear from my fabulous friend over here.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. You guys, my name's Elise, and I started using Plexus products just to feel better. I already had two businesses myself. I'm a licensed real estate agent in the state of Oregon. I also had another business of 7.5 years, and I came to Michelle after in January 2020, and I just said, I want to feel better. I was 1 year post-divorce, and I needed more energy because my kiddos were 5 and 2 and a single mama and running two businesses. So I'm like, I need energy and I want to feel better. So that's why I started using the products in January 2020. Little did I know how much my body would need them. And I was pretty consistent. I mean, I was like 75% consistent the first 18 months. But one thing that I will share is since June 2021, I have been 100% consistent in my routine. And I know that these products have kept me literally out of the hospital for anemia and adrenal fatigue. And so not only am I now, I was sharing how I had two other businesses. This is my number one business now instead of my number three. And my number one is my number two. And my two is no longer a business at all. And so it's, we all may start for different reasons. Sorry, I'm getting messages here and my screen's going off. um, we may all start for different reasons of why we want to use the products. And naturally I share. And because it's literally like this year, I've maintained 20 pounds off by doing a monthly reset and just helping other people with their health. And I literally, walking in faith, as many of you know, like the real estate market has shifted a lot in the last 12 months. And so this in March, through prayer and just a lot of like walking in meditations and deciding what I was going to do with my business to pivot. This was already a business that I had. I use the products. I love it. I'm passionate about helping other people. It's a great blend of what I have done in my professional life. My bachelor's degree is in marketing. I've always worked in business. And so for me, it's naturally like it blends it all together. And my favorite thing is like now I'm literally 100% nomadic and not tied to like showing properties or listing appointments in Oregon. And my entire family lives out of state from Oregon. So it truly gives me the lifestyle that I've like yearned for 15 years. And now I get to do that. And I just earned a free cruise. And like literally, I started working my business full time in March. So less than 4 months ago. And it is paying all the bills and it's amazing. So if you are thinking you want something different, it is the biggest blessing in my two sons and my life and helping other women and men. Right now, it's all women, helping them grow, whether it's like a main income or a side income or whatever it is. I am here to help and for you to see that it can be done. So I think that's all that I have to share. But thank you so much for hopping on tonight. Or if you're watching the replay, feel free to ever message me on Facebook, Instagram, Elise Winter. You can contact whoever asked you to join and get you my phone number. I would love to talk to you personally, like one-on-one, and how this could benefit you and your family and your not only your health, but your wealth. I think I'm going to turn it over to Joy next.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Elise. So my name is Joy, and I am a registered dietitian. And I now have been doing my Plexus business, working it since April of this year when I went on maternity leave. And so going on four months, yeah, because it was the whole month of April. And I, though, had done other businesses that are network marketing, multi-level marketing, however you want to call it, and in my 20s. And it kind of was not a good experience. It wasn't a good match. And I had told myself that, like, nope, just do dietitian work, just do that. And don't, I squashed my own dreams is really what I did. And it was just because it wasn't a good fit. And also just wasn't the right time in my life. And mentally, I wasn't there. And so when I met Michelle Rose running Hood to Coast in August 2021, I got a vibe that how she helped people was social network marketing, kind of thing. And in my mind, I was just like, nope, don't get. I was attracted to what she did because I'm a dietitian. I help people, but I really was putting up barriers for myself. And but I cyber stalked her. We became friends on social media after that. We didn't know each other, but we spent 30 hours in a van running Hood to Coast together. And well, I think she friend requested me. Yes, she friend requested me, but then I started cyber stalking her. And I struggled with weight management my adult life. I've been an athlete my whole life. I was a college athlete, but the weight just never just fell off like it should. And I'm a dietitian. I knew how to count calories, and it always was really hard. And so I was skeptical for sure. Being a dietitian, I was like, gut health, really? How it does. I was never taught that it has much to do with your metabolism. So, but I hadn't tried it, and so I didn't tell anybody I was doing it. And then 6 weeks, my life had done almost a 180. My anxiety was gone. The weight was coming off like it. So much easier than it ever had before, and I wasn't battling energy swings with hypoglycemia. And so when I realized there were so many positive things, and I had, aha moments learning more about the science behind these products, and felt like I actually didn't get a full education as a dietitian as I learned more, I realized I needed to share this because I'm a dietitian and I want other people to be free from food, to be able to trust their body again. I mean, that's really what it was for me. And even though, initially I was like, no, don't get tied into that kind of stuff again. I was so confident in the products and how they had helped me that I didn't even know the details of how we make money doing this. I just was like, I got to share it. And here we are. So that was, the fall of 2021, and it'll be my 2-year anniversary this coming fall. And I have a baby now too because of Plexus. And so when I say my life, has done a 180, it really has. And it has blessed my life so much. And I get to share this, helping my family. I help my friends. I've helped new friends, and made new friends, incredible friends, like the ladies on here, because of this business. And the income side, like, I worked hard as a dietitian to make 6 figures. But if I needed to take the time off, my paycheck would show it. I worked hard for other people being my boss, where I had to ask permission for days off. And that always bothered me. I never liked having to, have a good enough excuse, like, oh, I can't take a day off because, well, my kids aren't sick enough, or I'm not feeling that, sick enough to justify it, when that shouldn't be the way that it is. It shouldn't be that way. And I knew that even, there's an easier way, there's a better way. And that's why I've always been attracted to being my own boss, so that things are on my terms. And so that's what I love about this, is that your health is so much improved with these products. And I'm getting smoked out for my husband. Sorry, this is life. But financially too, people can do 180s. People can do 180s with their health, and we help people do 180s with their financial situation. And so, it's been incredible. And it really was a God moment being thrown in a van with Michelle Rose. And we're just continuing to bless other people's lives because you never know who needs this. And I mean, really, everybody needs gut health, but you never know who also needs the financial opportunity that it does. And I get to be home with my babies now, which is what I've always wanted. And so 42, and I just had a baby, and have the most energy I've ever had in my adult life with a newborn. So it's incredible stuff. And again, like I'm 4 months now of this being my job, where I am home with my babies, but I'm also helping people improve their health. And that's why I became a dietitian in the first place, because I wanted people to improve their health and help them with that. So thank you.
You're home with your babies and contributing financially. Like that was the huge piece for me. And something that you were kind of talking about with like the network marketing, multi-level marketing, whatever people, social selling, there's so many different names for it these days. That just kind of came to me as like, you had your own business, much like I had my own business. I'll tell you guys my little bit of my story here in a minute. But my business, your business, Elise's business really did not pass the bus test. If we got hit by a bus, no money was coming in. And that's one thing that kind of drove me here. But also like a lot of people are like, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to own my own business. And they're like, ooh, network marketing, that's bad. Don't touch that. All that like ugly thought. When I look at the other side of like, hold on, that passes the bus test. And that brings in a network and a community that everyone stinking needs in their life. That's why it passes the bus test. But like, how can you be badmouth something where you create a family? You get to create your own family. Like that's what I literally did here is I created the like my second family. It's my chosen family. It's not the family I was given. I have that, but it's you guys are like part of my chosen family. And I get to spend a lot of my time, because this is my full-time thing, hanging out with incredible people that I've chosen to hang out with and to pour into and to love on. So I'm the famous Michelle Rose that was being cyber stalked. It's normal. It's totally normal. I'm good with it. So I'm an exercise physiologist, certified. I almost was like, it's not licensed. I'm a certified exercise physiologist. I was working actually as a personal trainer when I actually was talking to someone about this today. I hit my rock bottom, basically. I was a brand new mom, and the autoimmune disorder that I had been suffering from for years reared the ugliest head that I had ever experienced in my life. When I became a mom. And so I had this dream that fulfilled of being a mom, and I felt like I was living a nightmare because I was so sick. Everything, when you don't have your health, everything in your life is hard. And that's where I was. Everything was hard. Everything felt miserable. And so a part of me was so happy and so fulfilled, and all the rest of me, like a little sliver of me, felt like that. And the rest of me was like, how do I get out of this? I can't live like this. So my prayers got answered when I learned about this whole cool gut health thing, which I also feel like I got the short end of the stick because it was never taught to me in my nutrition classes, in my exercise physiology classes, none of that. I never learned anything about gut health. And I went to school, I got certified, I did a lot of stuff. Nothing. Doctors aren't taught about it either, though. So there's that. So when I learned about that, I literally felt like God like parted the seas, the skies opened and shone down and was like, this is the answer. This is what you've been looking for, because I have an autoimmune digestion disorder. We all know Michelle's got gut issues. That was no secret. And so the whole gut health idea, not only did I have gut issues though, like I had struggled with acne my whole life, which is kind of the reason for my gut issues, but that's another story. Like all of these health issues. And then it was like gut health helps this or causes this, depending on how you're going to look at it. And that was like I'm in, like, I need this. This is going to do all the things. So when I got started, it was very much like my health needs it. However, I was a new mom that was pulling back from work. I was working part-time because I had to. That was the main reason. I had to. I went back to work when my baby was 3 weeks old because I didn't pass the bus test. I was a personal trainer. If I didn't show up, I didn't make money. And so regardless of how my anxiety attack that I had just thinking about leaving the house, I left the house with my baby in tow to go to work to attempt to pay our bills. Attempt, you guys. We were barely paying our bills at that point in time. And so I was not really being fulfilled with my job anymore. I wanted to stay at home with my baby, but that wasn't an option. So when I signed up, I said, if this could help pay for our groceries, life-changing. If I can make like $300 a month doing this, I'm in. Like, we need that so badly. Just buying the products alone gave me heart palpitations because we couldn't afford it. Credit card, ding. Now what? So as soon as I was like, and this was pretty quick, like, OMG, something's actually working here. Sign me up. I started talking to all my clients about it because I literally had the people who needed it standing in front of me every day. When I was telling them 10 more squats, they were telling me about how they're trying to lose weight and how they're always tired and they didn't sleep last night and da 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 da. They come to me for their health issues. So I signed them all up. They're all buying Plexus from me. So I was making my money back. At that time, I didn't have the space to do much more than make a couple $100. I didn't have the mental space, the physical space. I barely made it off the couch. If I made it off the couch in a day, I barely did it. I was only working about 2 days a week, and that was all my body could handle. So I was kind of stuck, and I'm going to make a couple $100. We're good. I knew that when I had more capabilities, I could make more. And so that's kind of what happened. As I started feeling better, I started sharing more. Also, this is a self-development field with a compensation plan. The first thing that we do is self-development. Then you get paid. The more you are in tune with who you are and you're proud of who you are and the more belief you have in who you are, the more money you're going to make. So that is where I had to lean in because I had no confidence in who I was. Zero. So I started leaning into the self-development. I started leaning into the compensation, the products, all of things. You have to have belief in all the things to actually really make it. And so I slowly, and I mean slowly, did all of that. I ended up then after it was like, oh, I'm making a couple $100, cool, groceries. Then it was like, what if I could pay for our mortgage? If I could cover our mortgage, I might be able to leave this job because after I had kids, I didn't want to train anymore. And it was really hard for me to accept that because I thought personal training was my future. It took me way too long to figure out, like, I just needed to walk away. I needed to rip the Band-Aid off because I wasn't fulfilled in it anymore. And so I hit the point where mortgage is paid for. That's my door. The door opened. I walked through it. I walked away from personal training and I walked into being a mom and Plexus. I was not full-time Plexus, you guys. I was a lot of mom. I also was I was coaching track, cross country too. So I had a lot of hats that I was already wearing, but I've been doing this now for 7 years. And so as time went along, I was able to give more and give more and give more because I started feeling better. My health started improving. Our lives started transitioning. I had more capabilities. I had the confidence. I had the belief, and it all unfolded. On my 6-year anniversary, I hit one of our top leadership ranks in our company, which is I became a 6-figure earner. I got a free Lexus that I drive. I love my Lexus, you guys. I earned a luxury trip to Hawaii that we went on in September and took our family to Hawaii for the first time. All of us went to Hawaii for the first time ever. And it has been a dream come true. And so I sit here saying, You can work this at any and every stage of your life. Joy is sitting there rocking her baby, her 2-month-old baby that she had at 42. Okay.
And I earned the cruise after having the baby.
And she earned a cruise, a free cruise after having a baby at 42. We're just going to keep talking about the fact that you're 42. Just keep throwing it out there. So all stages of life. I started this as a brand new mom. And then I started building it as I figured out the whole mom thing, as I started healing my body. Then I had another baby and I like had to take a little step back because I became a mom all over again. Well, I didn't become a mom again, but I had another baby. We all know that what happens when you have a baby, right? Right, Joy? And so there's been seasons of my life where I have been able to lean in more and I've had to step back more. Recently, we've had a big change in our family. It's been incredible. And my husband actually walked away from his career. So my career is now kind of the full time. Like I can fully lean into my business in the way that I've wanted to for a really long time. And so Joy was talking about how her life is 180. She's got another baby. Like I had a baby while doing this. My life, like I see pictures of myself from 7 years ago. I don't even recognize myself anymore. I try and tell people my story sometimes, and I'm like, I don't even remember. I don't remember that person. That's not me anymore. Like the me physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, financially, everything is a completely different person. And so when I say this can change everything for you, I literally mean this can change everything for you, which because it has for me, it has for our entire family. And we have, when they talk about like, they have the videos, like the Instagram reels or whatever, is like, remember when you used to dream of the life that you have now? Like that is what we're living, like the full dream. We're living it. And I have to pinch myself every once in a while because it's incredible. And I want everyone to experience that. And that's why I share. That's why we're here. That's why you are invited, because we love you and we want you to experience the freedom that we have and that we're going to continue to experience more. So I'm going to wrap that up. Does anybody you're welcome to unmute yourself at this point in time. You can use the chat box. Any questions? I'm going to say snide remarks just because I'm not going to say concerns. I like snide remarks. Don't everyone talk at once. It's a little overwhelming here. Slow down. You guys are also totally fine if you don't have anything. If anything pops up, unmute, chat. Real quick, I'm going to put a plug in for our call later tonight. So actually starting in an hour, we have every Monday at 7:00, we have a coaching call. This week, we are coaching on the gut-brain axis. So if you want to learn more about how your gut and your brain are interconnected and how to be happier is one of the main points of that. We are going to be coaching on that and giving you some like actionable steps and that kind of stuff in our community coaching call tonight at 7:00. Same Zoom link, making life easy. So this is our Zoom link for pretty much everything now. So I hope to see you guys all on that call tonight. Besides that, we're all wrapped up. If you guys don't have any questions, thank you so much for spending time with us. We appreciate it, and we want to respect your time as well. Have a wonderful evening, you guys.
Thanks, Michelle.
You're welcome.
And everybody else. That was awesome. I love hearing all the stories.
Oh, I love you, Janice.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies. Have a good evening.
You too.